Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Do We Know Them, episode 32. And this may just be my favorite episode yet.
We haven't even started.
I know, but guys, I can't lie. We've been kind of fishing for topics. Not fishing, but that really is what we've been doing.
So I was gonna say, honestly, even I feel like the last 2 weeks we were like planning on filming on Tuesday, and then Tuesday rolls around and we're like, did anything happen?
Nothing to talk about.
So then we like kind of wing it on Wednesday, and it always ends up working out. But you guys, we have such good topics today. It was like, I feel like we even could have found more, but these ones just really presented themselves to us. They just plopped down in our lap.
You know, drama happens, but it's not always drama that I give a shit about. You know, like I can talk about it. I can give my opinion on it, but like I don't really care.
Is that we care about all of these. And by care, I mean we're just thoroughly entertained.
So which one do you want to start with? Hilaria or Mikayla?
I think Mikayla, because Hilaria is just my favorite, so I feel like save the best for last.
Okay, we'll end with Hilaria. So Mikayla, guys, Mikayla Nagera, you guys know her. We've talked about her a million times on this podcast.
No, we haven't. We've talked about her like once.
Twice. We only have like 10 episodes. Mikayla, if you do not know, has around 15 million TikTok followers. She is one of the biggest beauty influencers on TikTok.
That's mind-blowing. Honestly, I have a question because we've discussed, I'm not like the demo. I'm not following a bunch of beauty influencers. That's not really my go-to. I don't even know how to ask. Like, did people scroll past and they're like, oh my God, her makeup's phenomenal? Like, why did they follow her, I guess I'm asking.
Okay, it was a mixture of things. She is talented with makeup. Specifically, in my opinion, like as a makeup lover, I like her eye makeup's like pretty sick all the time. Like she knows how to do graphic liner and like really artistic looks. And I think that's amazing. So she's talented with makeup, but then she's also used to be very raw and like honest and unfiltered. She also has talked about not necessarily fitting like the beauty standard and being like the, you know, perfect beauty guru and all that stuff. And she's like, no, I'm just like me. I'm from fucking Boston. Like this is how I do shit, you know? And it's relatable. As she's gotten bigger, she has seemingly not been able to stay out of drama. We talked about her, what was it, 2 episodes ago?
Yeah.
What was it that we talked about?
It wasn't even really drama. It was like her like feeding into Rich Lux talking about her fiance, even though he didn't even say anything.
Yes. Now I'm remembering. So yeah, she has the Jaclyn Hill issue of like, I need to say something about this, you know, a little bit too often. So that's what we talked about.
We also talked about she was rude to the restaurant person.
Oh, right.
And then she like did a total 180. So it was like, honestly, I didn't even think that the story about her to the restaurant person, like she didn't even sound like she was being very rude. It was kind of weird that girl made the TikTok, but her response to it was just like, oh, got it. Okay. Yeah. So this doesn't really surprise me what we're about to talk about.
So kind of an epic backstory is, I would say like a week ago, I saw Mikayla talking about how amazing the Maybelline little powder foundation is, right? It's like a little compact powder. And I do this, I'm a fucking sucker. Like, honestly, I really am. I give into FOMO marketing all the time. And I should know better because I'm in this business.
It's
like,
funny,
I should know better.
Because the last episode, you literally were like, I don't give into hype.
No, I don't. It's hard to explain.
You're like, there's a difference between hype and a recommendation.
Well, you know what? This is why I do it, actually. So if I see something like the Maybelline Powder Foundation, Mikayla's talking about it. She says how much she loves it. She just posted the video like 3 hours ago. I placed my order right then because I'm like, bro, everyone's going to go insane over this shit. And then I'm not going to like wait until it like comes back in stock and shit. I don't give a fuck. You know, that's where my non-giving into hype goes in. So if I see something she likes, or not just her, if I see something that anybody likes and I'm like, damn, this is a big influencer and it's going to sell out, I just get it on the spot. Like I buy it impulsively. So definite FOMO marketing. And so I bought it. And full disclosure, I like the powder. It's pretty good. Fast forward a couple of days, I'm scrolling my For You page. I see clips of a Maybelline YouTube video with their 2 ambassadors, Nikki Tutorials and Mikayla. And I go, wait, hold that phone right now.
You did not tell me this before we started filming.
That's when I realized, I'm like, wait a second. So was that, like, I like the powder, but who knows? Was she paid for that? I don't remember. Like, I don't pay super close attention to captions. Then we kind of fast forward to last night. When I was laying in bed, it was late. I was scrolling, as I do. I stumble upon this TikTok, and I'm debating on whether I show the TikTok before I describe the series of events. Should we just show the TikTok of her?
Yeah.
Look how long and lengthened my lashes look. This literally just changed my life. This looks like this is how? What? It's this L'Oreal telescopic lift. Look at the wand. Okay, so basically I'm taking the curved side and I'm going root to tip and I'm starting to coat the lashes. And then once you've done that, you flip the brush to the side and you use the hook comb to basically separate. This is one coat. Okay, I'm gonna add a second. Look at the length. Do you see that? I am speechless. And I'm not sure anyone's gonna ever be able to compete with this mascara.
Yeah, probably not.
So I'm scrolling last night, I see that, and without a second thought, I go to Target and I place my order for pickup today.
Jesus.
And I wake up today to a bunch of tags on TikTok from you guys. And it's tagging me and saying, this is exactly what you and Lily were talking about. And I'm like, wait, what? So I go and I click and I'm like, but this is the Mikayla video that made me buy the stupid fucking, what are you talking about? So I watch it again. And I'm like, wait. I start looking at the comments and people are clocking her ass because she obviously put on false lashes in the big reveal of what the mascara looks like. I had to keep going back and I actually have picture comparisons because I shit you not.
I pictured you doing this.
Because it's so insane. Okay, when she puts on the mascara... right? It's insane. When she puts on the mascara and says, this is one coat, I'm going to go back and put on another coat. This is the difference. There's a couple things that bamboozle me about this, okay? And I could write a dissertation on this, okay? So I took the liberty of putting where her natural lash ends. It's a very obvious end, okay? And you can compare it to what I have here. It's an obvious end and then the lashes continue on. Now, I used to do makeup professionally. I also just fucking love makeup, as do the 15 million people who follow her. We're not fucking dumb. I know exactly what she did here. So my first thought, people were saying she put on Ardell Demi Wispies. I was once a Demi Wispy girl for years. Those are not Ardell Demi Wispies.
It looks like a full piece.
No, it's not. As soon as I saw them, especially the first one she put on, I said, those are individual lashes. The little clusters they sell, you know, that are like... They're individuals. And the reason I know that is because the length doesn't taper. So she went, and not only did she do this, okay, not only did she put on lashes to falsely advertise a product that she was paid, let's talk about payment in a second. She used all size medium, bitch. She didn't even taper it off into small.
Well, that's what I said. Look at the cutoff of where it goes from her normal it's
insane. I've seen people who are like, well, we don't know. No. This is not alleged. There is no like room for speculation. Like she absolutely put on a false lash. And now you may be thinking, who fucking cares? You know, like what's the big fucking deal?
It's a fucking brand deal for mascara. I care and I don't even care about mascara.
I want to jump to the comments really quick because the level of gaslighting.
Well, before we even get to the comments, how do you think she was able to post, like the brand approved this?
What I know for sure is that brands like L'Oreal and all beauty brands definitely use false lashes when promoting on commercials.
I was gonna say, fake all of their promo shots? Yeah, I know that. But they don't do it for influencer shoots.
What I'm thinking is that she literally, because she wears huge, dramatic, intense makeup, maybe she's lost all sight of what natural looks like and was just like, yo, like this looks like very, very subtle, and sent it to the brand and the brand didn't notice. And they said, hey, her lashes look really full. Love that. Because you have to admit, it's not like it looks like a full, like horrible lash. It's not like painful. Like I said it slipped me by last night.
It's mascara though. Like, I don't know who is more at fault. I mean, obviously Mikayla's more at fault here, but like the brand, the fact that they didn't catch that or that they did catch it and were out like, oh, it's fine. Just post it anyway. No, like that is absurd.
Really quickly, I just want to go over where she went like into possible illegal territory here because it's really insane. So her disclosure, this is what it looks like when you're looking at her page. For about 2 seconds, it says L'Oreal Paris partner right above the green screen font, right behind the captions logo. So it's like super easy to overlook. Also, she doesn't verbally say this is a partnership with L'Oreal, which, by the way, you have to do. And let me tell you something, Mikayla, it's a fucking shit show for all of us. You think we love to stop what we're saying and be like, this video is sponsored by, but you have to do it because that's the only way to legally do a sponsorship.
Usually the brands are sticklers about that. Like they don't want you to not do that because then I don't know if they get in trouble if you don't do it. But like I've never had a brand be like, oh, hide the disclosure. They're like, no, put this hashtag on every single slide of your story or or something. The fact that she has so many followers though, and that she's like a spokesperson for the brand, they're probably like extra lenient with her, or like,
yeah, and it becomes really problematic, especially when the content that she produced for this brand that is sponsored is exactly the content she produces on a daily basis.
Yeah.
So it's not even slightly different that would even make someone think it was sponsored. I literally had no clue. And if you look at her caption, look how far below the L'Oreal Paris partner is. It's in between other hashtags. It's all the way at the bottom.
not to mention, I feel like on TikTok, people just like throw hashtags on their captions that are completely irrelevant, so no one reads them anyway.
100%. That's so true. But let's get into her responding to these accusations in the comments, because this is actually insane. One of the comments said, "Girl, did you add falsies at the end? We can see the length in the outer corner." To which Mikayla responds, "No, just 3 to 4 coats and my tight liner." Bitch, you did not. Like, are you? It's insulting.
Yeah, truly.
You want to read this one?
Someone says, "Wait, are you not wearing falsies at the end?" And she goes, "No, OMG, L'Oreal would never allow that in a partnered post, but y'all proving my point." What?
Gas lighting. And then this one is kind of like stuck behind things because I could only find it on someone's video. But someone said, "That's crazy, using falsies and denying it." To which she says, "These comments are literal proof that this mascara is the shit."
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. You should be fined for this.
That's not even you being like, "Oh, straight to jail." No. Literally, she should be fined for this.
I saw a lot of Mikayla fans who were like, "Listen, I kind of, stuck through all the other shit happening.
This is too far.
But this is an insult to our intelligence."
That's the
like,
thing.
You're actually thinking we're dumb. What people may not realize is that once you lose that trust as an influencer, you're just a content creator, honey. You're gonna lose your influence really fucking quick. People are not gonna listen to the shit you have to say, which I've heard people say that this mascara is a good mascara. And I actually have an example because someone else that was sponsored by L'Oreal was Bretman Rock. And he posted this TikTok. Basically, the whole point is that you can obviously see, if you're one of our viewers, like visual viewers, you can see that like, it's a lengthening mascara. Like, it's not gonna give you fucking falsy length.
That's the thing. It's like, how good can mascara possibly be? And it's not even like a fiber mascara, so it's not even like adding anything to it. So that's bullshit. Her problem is that like, Bretman doesn't wear full glam every day. So when he's doing a mascara post, no one's gonna be like, "Oh, your lashes look like shit," because like he doesn't usually wear that much makeup until he's like actually glammed up. Her problem, I think, is that she was like, "Shit, I wear falsies every day. This isn't gonna look good. What do I do?" And then chose to go the route where it's like, believe that all of my followers are stupid as fuck.
That's what actually makes me just think like, yo, either she's got a huge head about like her career and thinks like she's invincible or something, or she's just like a pathological liar, but you're definitely fucking lying.
It's like a different version of the flip-flopping with the restaurant thing. How she like apologized and then suddenly
Yeah.
it was like totally like, "Oh, she's a fucking liar." And it's like, huh?
Yeah, it's so true. But this was such a misstep, and I don't know how the video's still up. Like, it's still up right now. L'Oreal must be getting blasted up the
That's
ass.
the thing. And when did she post it?
She posted it yesterday.
And so Kathleen said something. Have you seen any other like big influencers speak out?
I have. Thank you for asking.
Look at you. Jesse did all the research for today's episode.
No, I'm really happy you asked me because it's quite the segue. I just want to get your real and raw reaction as I put this on the screen.
Oh my God.
In from his yak ranch comes Jeffree Star.
I'll cold read this one. Jeffree Star is taking a break from hiding from the Illuminati to say he'll be back to reviewing makeup products next week. These fucking bitches can't stop lying to their audiences, and it makes me sick.
I'm gonna be 100% honest, and I may get some shit for this. I saw a lot of comments about Jeffree Star. In nearly every single comment section about Mikayla and these fucking lashes was hate him or love him. I miss Jeffree Star reviews.
Because he was actually honest about it.
Yes, but I have to ask, do people just insist on not following quality content creators and then pretending that the entire internet is made out of dipshits? Like, if you're just gonna be surface level and follow only the most popular people and not do any sort of looking into anybody else with maybe an honest opinion, that's on you. But I actually do not believe that Jeffree Star is the only honest person. And people are like, oh, because, he doesn't really, they pulled like a Trump. You remember when they were like, well, Trump has no reason to be corrupt because he's not even getting his salary, which, spoiler alert, he did.
All of his like things that he's been canceled for were like him as a person. So I guess it's
Like deeply though, and repetitively.
yeah. But that, like, if it was just his makeup identity, like, if you could separate the art from the artist, I get why people are like, oh, like, I wish that he was still a thing because I liked the way he did makeup. But like you just said, I think we could probably just search a little deeper and find people that fill both
And I
boxes.
also just think he's extremely opportunistic. You know, as soon as YouTube stopped serving him, he said, fuck YouTube. He literally is like, nobody watches YouTube anymore. It's trash. You want to talk about being honest, and he's so honest. He literally is on TikTok, despite being on Ryland's vlog or Shane's video or whatever, saying that he hates TikTok. It's fucking like, but he has to do it because whatever. Is that honest?
That's the thing, is people have this weird, like, version of him on a pedestal that his makeup stuff is still good. It's like, well, yeah, but if he as a person isn't, then it doesn't.
He may be honest about a lip gloss that he likes or doesn't like, but he's also a huge fucking hypocrite. Like, he has slammed Kylie Jenner for a million things with her makeup, which granted, I don't like Kylie Jenner's makeup either. But like, then he proceeded to make similar mistakes in his makeup line and then like wanted people to just like wipe it under the rug or sweep it under the rug, whatever the fucking saying is. My Hilaria Baldwin came out. I don't know how you say in English. I don't know. I find it to just be hypocritical and a little bit annoying, I have to be honest, that he was like, I just am living drama-free on my yak ranch in, where is it? Wyoming?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I was annoyed when he brought up the Illuminati shit like a couple weeks ago. I'm like, stop taking advantage of like things that are trending to like try and finagle your way back into the spotlight. No, you on your yak ranch, you're not being, the Illuminati's not after you.
I don't like, overall, and I get it because I also follow popular creators and I understand feeling like disappointed by them or feeling like there's nobody to follow or whatever. But you have to understand there's like a lot of quality, very talented people who do things like review products and are very honest and buy it with their own fucking money. What is more honest than buying something with your own money? He gets shit for free all the time.
The beauty community on YouTube and social media in general, I think used to be like, there were a bunch of big names. So you could like literally open the app and stumble upon someone that was reviewing makeup you wanted to try. But now I think the thing, you have to try a little harder. You have to search a little harder to find the people that you...
Maybe, but also I just feel like they're there. Jeffree Star is not our savior, but I do find it how he smells an opportunity from a mile away like a little vampire and is like, here I am.
But it reminds me exactly of the Illuminati one. That was right after all the Andrew Tate and Logan Paul stuff. So he was like, ooh, Matrix, Illuminati, conspiracy.
Oh, yeah.
And now the Mikayla stuff, now he's tweeting this.
He's fucking opportunistic as fuck. And I am not here for it. And I don't think he's our savior that's going to come and review things and tell us what we need to buy. Quite frankly, we don't need another era in YouTube that is like super focused around buy this, buy that. Oh my God, this is the best foundation. This is the best thing. We all went through that. And you know what we have to show for it? A bunch of cabinets of expired makeup we never fucking touch. Seriously. Anybody who loves makeup, you fucking know you have like 35 palettes that these motherfuckers told you to buy. And they low-key were like the same as each other. So I don't think we need that.
I feel like unpopular opinion, but like I'm always so confused, especially with Jeffree Star, how he would really eventize all of his like launches with the new lines. And I'm like, isn't it just the same eyeshadow? It's just different colors. But like, how many colors it's just different combos of colors? Like what, isn't it all the same?
Well, that's what makeup is. Obviously, like foundations and, face-based products are something that I strongly
But
believe
eyeshadow
can always be like evolutionized. Yeah, eyeshadow, I mean, I use like 2 palettes.
Well, I'm
and
like,
it's the same
how
palettes,
many
like,
different
every day.
combinations do you need? Like, I feel like it has to repeat once, like.
Yeah, no, it repeats a lot. And, I think when things like this happen, I'm back to the Mikayla thing in my head. I understand getting an email from a brand like L'Oreal and like seeing that number and just being like, holy fuck, like that's insane. And also, the mascara itself, full disclosure, I've seen other people use it, seems fine.
Well, I was gonna say, the problem isn't that she took the brand deal, it's that she lied about it. Like, no one would have had a problem if she just used it normally.
I think that it all plays into each other though, because I feel like L'Oreal for sure paid Mikayla like at least 50 grand. At least 50 grand. That would be minimum.
Yeah. Alex Earl only has 4 million.
Okay.
She gets 70,000 a post.
How do you know that?
I don't know if she said that or someone else did, but it's been going around. There's also like a kind of a spectrum with like followers and engagement.
Right.
And I think Alex Earl at this moment is getting way more engagement than a normal person with 4 million followers. Needless to say, I think like Mikayla could be getting over 100 grand.
Yeah. My question on that is like, does it all coincide? Did she feel like I really need to like sell this mascara? And that's why she started plopping them on? Or is it just that she's used to seeing herself, like you said, with a lot of lashes and she thought it was like an innocent thing to do?
I don't know if she thought it was innocent.
No, well, it's not. Someone found, of course, because the internet is the internet, they found this old video of Mikayla a few months ago talking about a different mascara. Let's take a look, shall we?
Is absolutely incredible. It truly did a phenomenal job. I mean, literally, just look at the difference. So I just lied straight to your face, and you probably believed it. These lashes, totally fake. And that's what brands do. They lie to you about how things work. Would you have known these were false lashes? Maybe not. You're someone who doesn't have a lot of lashes, doesn't know how to apply lashes, or just wants a little lash lift? This video's for you. Gate, let's start by applying 2 coats of your favorite mascara. We want to achieve the fuller lash look. We're going to use the Kiss Lash Couture Faux Lash Extension. They're super affordable. You get a ton of them.
That is literally what I told you she used, is individual lashes. And she was demonstrating it just a few months ago. Even if it was like, okay, she did the thing, right? She put on the lashes. But the gaslighting is so bizarre that I genuinely have to question her as a person.
That's exactly how I felt when she did the restaurant thing. It was like, huh? It was like she thinks no one was gonna watch that and connect it to her previous statement. And it's just like she thought no one was gonna watch this and call her out. Like, what do you mean?
And the weirdest part is I can picture her like talking to like her family and friends about it and just be like, they can't even fucking see the lash.
I bet you she's coming more from the before picture and being like, you think I was gonna post this? And trying to like justify it in that way.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the fact that she's gonna gaslight everyone and say that she's not wearing
fucking
them when
crazy.
it's so blatantly obvious. And like, this is coming from someone that does not know a lot about makeup at all.
Like I said, I have a couple of screenshots here from the actual FTC influencer guidelines. And number 1, her hashtag can be seen as like problematic because it was L'Oreal Paris partner. That's not really like super clear in the midst of her hashtags. You know, you want like a sponsored or hashtag ad for the most part. But anyway, the biggest thing is in videos, you should make your disclosures in multiple formats, including spoken during the video. She did not speak it, not once.
I'm literally going through my brain right now being like, I've never done a brand deal where you didn't have to disclose it immediately.
I have had brands not require a hashtag sponsored, hashtag, and I put it anyway. Like, if they have anything to say, I'm like, no, like, I'm putting hashtag sponsored, bitch, what the fuck?
Also, I'm reading this bullet point right now at the bottom. It says, don't make consumers click more in order to view your disclosures. Do you have to click more to see the hashtag?
Yeah. You have to click more and then take a journey to the bottom.
In YouTube videos, they always say you have to put the link above the fold.
Yep, always.
And that, I think, goes for, oh my God.
All in all, like, I told you last time we talked about Mikayla, this isn't going to be the last time we talk about Mikayla.
Herself into trouble.
Yeah, because this is the start of it all. This is like character coming out.
I have to say, one of, I don't know if I would say favorite, but most entertaining responses that I saw came from Mads Lewis, who I, full disclosure, know literally nothing about. I didn't know what I was expecting when I saw Angelica tweet this. If you guys don't know, Angelica Oles she covers drama and stuff. I saw her tweet out the video and I was like, what? I feel like there's not really a hot take here. I say that a lot, but here feels like really there's not. Oh my God, this video, I felt like I was taking crazy pills.
Yeah, and keep in mind before we play it that this person, Mads Lewis, has around 10 million TikTok followers that she is broadcasting this take to. So just keep that in mind.
Also, my question before we even get into it is, are they friends or did she just genuinely think this was a good take?
Once you see the tone in which she speaks, I think she just genuinely thinks that this is the best take there is. She's like, hello, idiots. So let's watch it because it's hard to explain otherwise. You have to just hear her.
Why are you guys hating on somebody for lying? Granted, maybe she's lying, maybe she's not. So what?
Pause right there. Like, I've seen a lot of people saying that, like, well, maybe she did, maybe she did. No, guys. You don't understand how many times I have to say this is not up for debate. She lied.
I was like, I thought this was clear cut. Like,
leave it to the internet to still have like unbelievable takes. You're like, there's no way
Right.
anyone would like fall for that. And people are like, no.
Well, we don't know the truth. No, but also my favorite is that she does the air quotes over lying, and it's like, no, you can drop those. She was lying.
My favorite part is when she does that and then she goes, so what?
It starts off weird, and then my face watching it was like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's insane.
Like, it feels like a joke.
So you're telling me if I use a product, makeup product, skincare product, let's just say a skincare product, and it makes my face super clear, like actually, but you use it and it all of a sudden breaks your face out. Are you going to call me a liar?
No, Mads.
No, because that's a very different situation.
Do we have to
because you
draw
didn't-
something for her? Like, is she like a visual learner, you think, that we need to like make a little graph?
Mads, how about we take this example? You have a skincare line that you're promoting, and it actually makes you break out, but then you Photoshop the pictures to make it look like your skin is clear.
That's more applicable.
I promoted the brand and it's actually ass. No. I mean, you probably will if you guys are all hating on that one thing, but okay. And also, even if she did put false eyelashes on, why does that matter?
Oh.
I know it's false advertising, but isn't everything false advertising?
I know it's false advertising, but isn't everything false advertising? No?
I don't even understand how you could like let that come out of your mouth and not be like, that was stupid.
What she's getting at, well, let's let her explain it further.
Honestly, full disclosure, I didn't watch any more than that because I paused after that. I was like, fuck this.
Oh, there's more.
Isn't everything technically kind of lying? Just a little bit?
No.
You know, food commercials aren't actual, like, all food products, right?
Oh my
like,
God,
they
I'm
mix
so sick of
certain
this
things
take.
to make certain things look better. Isn't that false advertising? I know you've seen the videos of, like, how commercials actually make their hot chocolate look good. That type of stuff. I don't know. You guys like to pick and choose who we're going to pick on today. Oh. It doesn't make that much sense to me. Don't get me wrong. Lying sucks, but everyone does it. Especially when it comes to social media, and especially when it comes to making money. Sorry.
I love that part.
She's literally trying to be like, gotcha, but it's like, ma'am, you're just like telling everyone that you're a liar.
Yeah, that 100%. You completely told on yourself, and also your attitude is ass. Like, who is this person? Her attitude
I'm
sucks.
blown
dick.
away.
Yeah, she has such a catty, like, weird demeanor about this. And I've seen, you know, since this all happened, from the time this happened to when we started filming, I've seen so many people with similar takes of like, oh, you know, in commercials they use lashes, in this
It's
and
the
that.
commercials is people's go-to, and it's either they'll reference makeup, but then they'll also do what she's doing and reference like food and stuff. And I'm like, okay, fine. We'll go with that example. We're watching a mascara commercial and there's an actress in it, and maybe she does have false lashes on. Guess what? She's not saying in the commercial that she doesn't have false lashes on, and there's very, very small print probably at the bottom of the screen that
Yes.
says she has false lashes on. That was not the case for Mikayla.
And you also have to know, like, the root issue and the reason why it is that deep. And Alyssa Ashley posted a couple TikToks just kind of driving this point home, is that you're not just a person wearing false lashes. You're someone that people trust to go and buy something with your hard-earned money. I actually pulled out my 2 Mikayla palettes that I have here from Glamlight. I have supported her and I have bought things because she says they're really good. And I think that that's the fucking root thing people are missing. This is not just a person. This isn't just a model that's pretty in a commercial that you have no connection to. This is a person you've watched for likely months to years, who you've learned to trust, who says you can trust them, who says they're honest, and who lied anyway. That's the problem.
It reminds me of my take when we first started talking about Mikayla, actually, because I was like, oh, she retouches her photos. Like, do we care? And you're like, yeah, we do care. And then I realized why we care. I agree with you. I think a lot of people are missing the point and don't understand why all influencers are kind of annoyed at this, not just makeup influencers. Like, everyone's acting like she didn't say she wasn't wearing them. She didn't just like leave it out. She blatantly said that she wasn't.
Yeah, there's multiple layers to this issue, but it all boils down to like, people already look at influencers as like greedy little money tiny fucking hungry bitches,
Yeah.
you know? Like, they already look at people like that.
Like little goblins.
Yeah, and it's like, that's true for a lot of people, but there are a lot of honest people out there. That's why, again, that whole like Jeffree Star coming in on his little horse thinking he's gonna save the world. Like, no, we have a lot of honest people on this platform and many other platforms who deserve recognition and who deserve that trust from their audience because they are honest. They go out, they purchase products, and they try it, and they dedicate their time to really reviewing things. This fucks with all of that for everyone. That's the problem.
And also, what's ironic is that I saw a decent amount of people just replying to like my tweets and stuff. So that doesn't even count the people that I'm sure commenting on her video. The actual mascara looked fine.
Yep.
Like, she didn't need to wear the false lashes. Like, this entire thing was for nothing.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But anyway, we have been rambling about this for long enough.
Wait. But one more thing.
Oh.
Did you see who else responded?
Who?
James Charles.
No, stop.
He did a TikTok where he was like he never says her name, but he's very blatantly doing it to capitalize on it. And he doesn't put falsies on, obviously. And it's like him basically giving it a good review and being like, well, I wish they would have paid me. And he keeps kind of being like, they paid everyone else. And I'm like, I don't think it was like a ton of people doing this brand deal. Like, why are you acting like you were just left out? And also, you're an admitted predator, so I'm unsure why you think you're getting brand deals.
Yeah, the balls on him to continue existing in this space online and being so like, not just like quietly. Because if I were him, I would be like quiet as a mouse, not causing any problems, just doing my thing.
That's how I feel about everyone that causes problems.
But they can't help it. That's why they're problem causers.
Exactly.
Anyway, okay, enough about James Charles. Jesus. That was a jump scare of a topic.
Is it time for Hilaria?
It is time, and honestly, I couldn't be happier. This is my favorite topic I think we've ever covered. The long story short, Hilaria Baldwin has been outed for a couple years now. This isn't like a fresh and new topic.
By the way, Hilaria Baldwin is Alec Baldwin's wife.
Yes, they have kids together, and you know, my mom actually used to follow her because she thought she was a fellow Latina woman. And a couple years ago, Hilaria was basically, I can't call her Hilaria with a straight face. Hillary was basically outed for cosplaying as a Spanish woman, and it's bizarre.
We said this off camera earlier. It's like, she didn't just like steal a language. She stole an identity.
Literally.
She full on took on this persona. And one of the biggest questions that I always ask is, because this is like, it came out, I know I posted about it sometime last year, and it was in the headlines, and then it died down ever since the Alec Baldwin shooting situation happened. And that ironically is now why it's come back up, because there's a paparazzi video of her that we need to watch where her accent is just in peak form. But my question is, like, because the only person going along with this bit more than her is him. Like, are they both lying, or?
No, I genuinely think that she's a weirdo, and she has convinced even the people in her life, even her husband, that that is her genuine accent, because we'll see the clips right now. He literally says, my wife is from Spain. So like, why would it, like,
oh, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if he's lying too, like, this is his best acting job to date.
Yeah, I just don't see that happening. But I also am married to someone who has a very significant accent. My husband's Algerian, he's French. And I would just be so absolutely flabbergasted if one day I found out Nassim's accent was like fake, or like he wasn't really from Algeria, or like he's just like it's like stolen valor of culture. It's like, what?
Well, and that's the thing is, I don't remember where they met, but I feel like she was trying to like appear exotic.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, that's the more you see it.
Something tells me Alec Baldwin wouldn't be hard to fool, actually.
The more you see it, oh my God, you know, random tidbit. Do we know them? Not really. But one time on Vine, Alec Baldwin had a secret Vine account called Curious George, and he would post him and his like either his son or just a little kid that he was like with, and they would do like random vines, and the only person he followed was me.
What? That is literally the most random thing you've ever shared.
Right? That's the type of random shit from Vine I just carry in my brain all day.
Oh my God, that's
anyway,
hilarious.
so moving on. You have to notice her demeanor when she makes any sort of nod to like her Latina nature, because she's so proud. Like, she's genuinely so proud of herself.
Can we watch the paparazzi one first?
Oh, yeah. Hold on.
This is the reason why this whole, I would say rumor, but it's a fact. Her name is Hillary. But this video is why it's resurfaced, because if you didn't know, Alec Baldwin just got charged with involuntary manslaughter, actually, for the shooting, which we're not gonna really dive into, but I think that is insane. Also want to put a disclaimer before we watch this that I do feel for her. Like, paparazzi have to be obnoxious in general, and then going through this entire scenario with the shooting, I can't even imagine. So in terms of what she's saying to the paparazzi, I do feel bad for her. But oh my God, I can't even get through the first sentence without laughing.
It's insane. Here we go.
Hilaria, are these charges fair?
No, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna say. You're not gonna ask me questions. I'm gonna tell you.
Got it.
Okay? I want you guys to realize that we have 7 kids. And you being here to escort them to school and to be there when they come home is not good. So on a human level, you guys know I'm not gonna say anything to you. You know that. So please, leave my family in peace and let this all play out, okay? So let my kids come home and you stay away from them. Because they ask me, Mommy, what are these people doing? And it's a very hard thing as a mom to try to explain. So please, go home, because I'm not gonna say anything.
Please, go home. They ask me, Mommy. Guys, okay, before I just dive into, because the number one thing when I started, I knew about this, but I didn't know about it. You know what I mean? And when I started looking into it, the number one thing I wanted to know is, what is the lore of this person? How did she get to, like, why are people saying she's faking it? Where is she actually from? Yeah, I wanted to know literally everything. So I am going to get into that, but I want to first show you clips of her over the years. This is not a 1 year, 2 year thing. This is like a decade-long grift.
That's the thing, is they've been married for a while. They have 7 kids. So
yeah,
like, it's definitely, she has committed to the bit. And even though it's been exposed, like, that she literally is from Boston and her name is Hillary, she won't drop it. Like, I think she's just too far in. And I think now it would honestly be so humiliating for her to watch back all of these clips after admitting that it's fake, because it's like, there's no excuse. This is the most absurd thing you've ever seen.
It's insane.
Married life is really nice. You know, it feels different.
I spent some of my childhood in Boston, some of my childhood in Spain.
But her biography on her agency's website states Baldwin was born in Mallorca, Spain.
We have, how do you say it in English? Cucumbers.
She's like, really?
There's multiple clips where she says how you say in English. Girl, you know how you say in English.
Like, what? Oh my God.
Cucumbers.
She's like, really? Okay, I can't wait to see you. That's going to be great. Fantastic. What time? 12 o'clock? My wife is from Spain.
And in a 2018 cover story with Hola magazine, the magazine reported Hilaria, who was born in Spain, has made certain to raise her children with her native language, Spanish.
You know, my thing is about being authentic, and then if people say that I'm not being authentic, that it hurts my feelings. And so basically, people, I think, are planning on writing things that have been misconstrued, and I've tried to always say, I've always said what is true. And I've always said where I come from, and people, they want to label you. You know, I have dark hair, and I, you know, speak 2 languages and stuff like that. And so they're gonna, you know, that's exactly what my brother said. They said they're gonna try to label you a certain way because that's more convenient.
Before we continue, she's saying people want to just label her because she has dark hair and speaks 2 languages.
She's the only one labeling herself as a Spaniard.
As someone else who also has dark hair and speaks 2 languages, that is not a common thing that I see, unless I like speak Spanish to someone. Let's say if I'm in like Mexico or something, they'll think I'm, you know, not Hispanic. So they'll be like, wait, where are you from? And then I'll tell them. But you talk so much about this fucking culture. That's why people label you a Spanish woman, because you don't shut up about being Spanish.
She like went on that cooking. She's making like a Spanish dish on that thing when she's asking about the cucumbers. Like, literally,
it runs so deep.
Her whole brand is that she's from Spain. But plot twist, she has been to Spain, maybe.
Life is difficult.
Oh my God.
And I have 4 kids. You're gonna have 4 kids. You have 2 kids. You know, that's hard. You don't need to go other places. Like, this is us. We are somos un buen equipo, and we're a good team. We have that written on our wedding rings.
Are you
That
Latin?
is what it is. My family lives in Spain.
I love it. It's very Latin.
But Hilaria came back.
I respect it.
Somos un buen equipo. She waits for them to tell her to ask a question, and then she's like,
she does do that. Oh yeah.
You have to pay attention to the verbiage because she is queen of omission. So she is constantly asked, are you from Spain? Are you Latin? Are you Latina? Are you Hispanic? Whatever. And she always answers, well, the majority of the time will answer, my family lives in Spain, which is technically true, but not what they fucking asked.
Imagine going to high school in Boston, which she did, then having the balls to do this when people know that it's fake, worried that someone was gonna expose you.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Genealogist confirms Hilaria Baldwin has no Spanish roots. Oh my God, her last name is Hayward Thomas.
I know, yeah. I have literally I have all the information, but basically, yeah, she's white as hell and not Spanish at all. Let me keep going with this lovely accent video because believe it or not, there's more.
No. I moved here when I was 19 to go to NYU. And from my family lives in Spain. They live in Mallorca.
Okay.
So yeah, that would make sense.
I moved here when I was 19 years old to go to NYU.
I can't.
She says from, and Hillary answers, my family lives in Spain. Bitch, do we need to repeat the question? And then she does this little like little hand gesture where she's like so excited about it.
She always does like a little shimmy.
And then she continues on about how, you'll see it now, how she knows nothing about like the pop culture here.
That would make sense. You wouldn't know the pop culture I know no pop culture anywhere. Now I'm better, but I knew.
Basically, the woman is saying, do you know about US pop culture, which is something I talk to my husband a lot about. Like, we're now currently like watching all the 2000s movies because if he did see them, they were in French. So like, it is very different. Like, pop culture is very different because they experience it differently. And she's asking like, hey, so you don't know about pop culture here? And she's like, I don't know about pop culture anywhere. Like, she's always so fucking particular about her words. And when you look back on it, it's bizarre.
First of all, it's mind-blowing that she has gotten this many press ops to begin with. Like, who cares about her? Why are so many people having her on their shows? But
that's true.
Then that she like needs to make the focus of each one. Like, she needs the main soundbite to be something about her being Spanish so she can just keep up this identity.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's chili lime dressing, and I don't even like spicy food. And there is a kick to it.
And you're Spanish?
Well, in Spain you have olive oil. It's more like Italian food. It's not, Mexican, go down towards the warmer countries, they have spicier food. In Spain, it's much more like garlic and olive oil. And
this one was the most disturbing to me because you can actually feel her nervousness from her lie. Like, you can feel her take a pause and just be like when he literally said, are you from Spain? She's like, well, in Spain we have olive oil and that. Girl,
she literally is like trying to put an accent on garlic and olive oil, but she doesn't know how.
It's not even a fucking thought in my head. When someone's like, are you Cuban? I'll just be like, yeah. It's not a thought because you are or you aren't. There's like not a whole bunch of fucking answers.
So, but that's then the weird part. So it's like she does know she's lying because she doesn't want to get caught in a lie. So I don't know much about like pathological liars, but it's like, how much of their lie did they believe but then still are trying to not get caught?
That's a good question. I feel like pathological lying comes with like this weird lack of like impulse control. And I feel like the lying is an impulse. Like, it's just like something that they cannot stop. I've had some experience with like family members being pathological liars. Like, literally things that you're like, why are you lying about going to the store? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't care. You know what I mean? It's like this weird impulse.
My sister had a boyfriend once that literally said he was in college and he would like bring over books and study and go to the library and he was not in college.
That's insane. Well, we get a little glimpse. I actually found like kind of like a video where she's addressing everything, and we'll see it in a second once we discuss her life. But you get a glimpse into her kind of acknowledging that maybe she overdid it at certain times.
Oh, when she got like exposed last year or 2 years ago, maybe.
right now are Zara knits. They're knit clothes, so cute. And I've always been a Zara fan. It's, it is a Spanish brand. And so I've known about it for very, very, very long time before I was in this country.
Before I was in this country, she said that.
And also the beginning of that clip, and then when she says the Zara thing, it's literally like she's Elizabeth Holmes, where it's like talking the deep voice or like she forgets to use her accent. It's more that she remembers to use it when something comes up that she can then weave her Spaniard culture back in. The thing though about her accent is that like, because people with accents definitely goes in and out, but hers seems to go in and out very opportunistically. Like, it's not just certain words. It's when she's talking about her being from Spain.
Yeah, I
it's
mean-
like it reminds her that she's supposed to be talking with an accent.
Well, let's talk about how she became a Spanish woman. So, Hillary Hayward Thomas was born in Boston, Massachusetts, despite her agency website saying that she was born in Mallorca, Spain. Her dad was also born in Boston, Massachusetts.
Let's go even further than that, though, because the article that I pulled up, the genealogist thing, says that they traced her maternal ancestry centuries to the first Haywards who arrived from England to Connecticut sometime in the 1870s.
Doesn't get wider than that.
Yeah, so I don't think Spain has ever been part of the line.
But this is how the Spanish thing came to be. Her dad studied Spanish literature in college.
Oh.
Okay. Her mom, also born in Boston.
Of course.
Her mom and dad both moved to Mallorca in 2011 when Hillary was 27 years old.
Oh my,
And
a fully fledged
they
adult.
founded like a health organization thing over there, and they like kind of started, their roots and whatever. Now, her grandpa was a auditor for General Electric, and he would travel to Argentina all the time as well. So he lived in Argentina for a bit, and I think that mixed with her dad studying Spanish literature is where she learned Spanish, because her family kind of just spoke it, or her dad did at least, and her grandfather.
But her grandfather also, it says, was from
White.
Iowa.
Yeah, he's from Iowa. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. I have a lot of, I'm Cuban. My father was born in Cuba. My mom was born in Miami. Both my grandparents were born in Cuba. And then, my ancestors, probably a few of them were from Spain, probably because my grandma was white as day. And I'm pretty sure, that mixture happened. But I do experience, in everyday life, I have certain people comment on my videos or something. They'll be like, yo, your accent is like crazy in this video or whatever. My accent is more a Miami accent than anything else. It's not actually like a Cuban accent. And like, I get it. And people will also say, like, when I have videos with Kathleen or if I do videos with my brother, my accent is more pronounced. Yeah, because most of the time it comes out more when I'm drunk. I do speak in Spanglish on a daily basis. I speak to like my mom and stuff in half Spanish, half English most of the time. And that's because my family's Cuban. Like, I just don't know how else to say it. Like, it's like so bizarre that this person virtually is pretending she's got the same ancestry like I have, like the same kind of ancestry.
What do her parents think about this?
Well, they're obviously all fucking for it because that's what I want to get to her addressing this, because she explains basically how like her family has always called her Hilaria, and like this is her normal. Like this is who she is.
This is just like such the epitome of cultural appropriation. To hear Alec Baldwin in his interviews about her is such a stereotype.
Absolutely. And the thing that's annoying too is she kind of like, there's this article here that I got this quote from where she says that the country, Spain, was something that was part of my father's childhood. He would go there when he was younger and created these deep, deep bonds. And it was something that was part of my childhood. It was something my father introduced to my mother when they met when they were pretty young.
She doesn't say that she went there when she was younger, though.
And it's fine to appreciate a culture. Spanish culture is beautiful. All different cultures, have very beautiful elements to them. And there's people, for instance, that really like Korean culture and go and move to Korea. They weren't born in Korea, and that's fine. Like, why can't she appreciate the Spanish culture without adopting it and pretending that it's her own? I don't understand.
And like, she doesn't even just speak Spanish. Like, she talks in English with the Spanish accent.
Yeah, and also, that's why I'm thinking Alec is like bamboozled as well. I just don't see how else he would, with such like, it was so normal and it came so easily for him to just be like, oh no, like my wife is from Spain.
The only thing I could think of would just be that I guess they agreed that it was like a good PR move or something.
No, oh my God.
But and it could help them, because that's the thing, is she uses it to her benefit.
Yeah, I don't really know what's in it for her, but here's her explanation, or not even explanation. She's just addressing it. That's what she's doing. And I made a lot of cuts because the amount of times this woman said and looked off to the side into space was astronomical.
Sign of lying.
There's some stuff that needs to be clarified. I've tried in the past to be clear, but sometimes people don't always support and write what you say, and I've kind of just put my hands up. But now we have this great community
you're
here, so I
intentionally
can just
big.
be straightforward with you. There's been some...
Just take quick note to like what she sounds like right now versus like, they ask me, mommy, why is the people doing this? Like, come on. The difference is
thing,
not even like...
She uses it when it's gonna benefit her most. So she like does
Yeah.
it when she like wants sympathy because she's like, oh, I don't know.
I didn't
why
know
that would
Latinas
give
get
her more
sympathy.
sympathy.
I know, I'm like,
I don't
what the
really
fuck?
understand what the logic is there. She always is
Yeah.
using it as an opportunistic thing. It's like she
Yeah,
uses it
absolutely.
as a tool.
Yeah, like now that she's being called out, then she hops on with her white girl, you know, Boston, Massachusetts, just
Because she can't
regular
be
ass American
full-blown-
accent.
She's been exposed, so she can't be full blown Hilaria because people are gonna be like,
Yeah.
"Hey, you're from Boston, Hillary."
Hillary Hayward Thomas.
There's been some questions about where I'm born. I'm born in Boston, and then I spent some of my childhood in Boston, some of my childhood in Spain. My family, my brother,
The thing is, she didn't.
But she didn't, but then also you wouldn't be so vague about it. You would be like, oh, we moved to Spain when I was 2. We lived there until I was like 15. No, you probably went on vacation there, maybe. But like, I think you would have said that. So I feel like you didn't, and your dad
Yeah,
just
her
did.
saying I spent, again, it's the wordplay. She's saying I spent some of my childhood in Spain. That could be, in her mind, classified or justified as a vacation.
I thought you were just saying that could have been in her mind.
Yeah.
parents, my nephew, everybody is over there in Spain. Now I'm here. And so there was like a lot of back and forth my entire life. And I'm really lucky that I grew up speaking 2 languages, and I'm trying to raise my kids so that they speak 2 languages too. And that's something that's very important for me, especially having my family abroad. So that was one thing. I think people ask sometimes about how I speak. I am that person that if I've been speaking a lot of Spanish, I, tend to mix them. And if I'm speaking more English, or doing a lot of English, then I mix that. But this idea that I try to speak more clearly in each language. I think that that's something that I should try to do. But
First of all, what are you talking about?
It was like, whoa, what does that mean?
No, like she loses me like a million times in this video. But as someone, again, who has an accent from Miami mainly, but also, and I understand what she's saying in the sense of, sure, if I'm speaking Spanish all day, maybe I have a little bit more of an accent.
Yeah.
Not that much more. Not the mommy, they tell me mommy. No. That's not like, it's not realistic. That's not a shift or like you got comfortable or nervous.
It's like Elizabeth Holmes, where she like started doing the deep voice so people would take her seriously, and then she would like forget sometimes.
Literally, yeah. And I know a lot of Hispanic people. I know a lot of people with very thick accents. My family, my dad, my stepdad, they all have accents. It doesn't fluctuate like she's saying. Like, it just doesn't, regardless of the circumstances. So, liar, pants on fire.
And also, not to like try and get deep about it, but it's like, again, with the cultural appropriation, like she has taken a very stereotypical, kind of racist at times approach to her identity, we'll say.
Yeah.
So many people, I'm sure, are penalized for having an accent when they're trying to get jobs, or when people are just racist and they're like telling them to speak English, even though they are speaking
100%.
English, but maybe have an accent. And she gets to use it because she's Alec Baldwin's wife as like,
so
I'm
true.
this cute little Spanish girl. Like, no, Hillary.
You know what's crazy that you just said that? Because my neighbor, who actually, funny enough, I bought my house from, they live next door now, whatever. Anyway, she is from Barcelona, and she is very, very Spanish. She has a very thick accent, and she was talking to us about the struggles she's had in this town alone. And I completely believe it, because I rarely leave my house, but when I do, multiple times, I have been like pressed about like, oh, where are you from? And I'm like, I'm from Miami. And they pause and they're like, where are you really from? Like, like people are like that here. They know that we're not from here, and they just like, they do that white people thing. Yeah, now it's like lessened and stuff. Like when my dad came to this country, like actually came to this country from Cuba, he faced like, people would literally stand with signs that said like, no Cubans allowed. Like, it was crazy in Miami, which is nuts to think about now, because Miami is Cuba now. Like, literally it's just all Cubans. But this is just such a display of like someone adopting something to seem cool. And it's so bizarre, because I'm like, being a Latina isn't even like, yes, I love being Latina, but like, what is it like super cool to be Latina? And I'm like missing it.
That's the thing is like with black hairstyles, like white people will do it. And it's like, oh my God, look how cute my dreads are. Look how cute my cornrows are. And the black person is like, I couldn't get a job actually. And that's the whole thing. It's like, she's able to wear it as this like badge of look how diverse
exotic,
I
sexy
am.
thing.
And meanwhile, it's something that actually affects people's lives in a negative way because of our society that she is able to overcome because she's fucking Alec Baldwin's wife.
Period.
Idea that I'm trying, I do actually, I mean, I try to speak more clearly in each language. I think that that's something that I should try to do, but sometimes I mess it up, but it's not something that I'm like playing at. So I want that to be very, very, very clear. And then my name. So when I was growing up, and in this country, I would use the name Hillary, and in Spain, I would use the name Hilaria. And my family, like my parents, they call me Hilaria. My whole family call me Hilaria.
My whole family call me Hilaria. My whole family call me Hilaria.
Born in Boston did not call you Hilaria. Are you kidding? And when I lived in this country, like, so you were born Hillary, is what you're saying.
It's ridiculous.
The roundabout explanation.
Even how she says Hillary is Hillary.
Oh my God. Like, the H is silent.
I see other people do it, and it always kind of bothered me that like neither name sounded good in the other language. So I would, use one or the other. When I was a dancer, I would use that. In American high school, I would do that. Then, a handful of years before.
You mean the only high school you went to?
I know. I was about to say American high school. You mean the high school you went to?
Like, she has never given us any time period that she lived in Spain.
Never, because she didn't. She hasn't lived in Spain.
Because her parents didn't move there until she was 27.
It's insane. When you know the reality of it, you're like, this can't, like, what?
Then, a handful of years before I met Alec, I decided to consolidate the two because it was just like so many documents that so many different things.
The two?
And
You picked
like
the
even
Spanish
things
one.
like going and picking up a prescription, I'd be like, I don't know what you have on file. So I consolidated and I identify more with Hilaria because that's what my family calls me, and I don't know, but one of the things I love about what my parents called me is that it means happy. It means happy in both languages. I think that we can all...
When she said that, I literally just had to just pause and I said, wait a second, am I dumb or do I just all of a sudden not know that Hilaria is a Spanish word? And I Googled it because I'm like, that's not like, no. Well, what she's saying is that it means happy or cheerful. What did she say? Let me look back. Hold on. Happy. She says,
in Latin,
she says it means happy in Latin. So that's what I looked up. Spanish is not Latin. Okay. They're not the same language. Like Hilaria is not a Spanish word that people use on a daily basis. And it certainly doesn't mean happy. Happy is feliz.
And also back to her, the reason she had to switch her name is because prescriptions? Are you kidding? Like, she's like acting like Jonathan wouldn't be able to get a prescription for John. Like,
yeah, but it's also very random because my mom, for instance, like she goes by her middle name, like on almost everything. And she can get away with that because it's on like her birth certificate as her middle name and all that shit. How did she get away with just changing it? Did people just think she misspelled Hillary?
Well, you can change your name.
Yeah, but that's not what she said she did. She's saying like, I had prescriptions, both names. Yeah, she just started filling out paperwork with like random names.
But that's the thing. It was like, that's your choice. That like you were the one confusing them. Like,
yeah, it literally makes no sense. That's
what does
such
your
a dumb
driver's
explanation.
license say? And she'll be like, oh, well, my driver's license in Spain says Hilaria.
That's not what we're asking. No, but it's also just hilarious to me that she says it means happy in both languages, meaning English and Spanish, and it means happy in neither. It's hilarious.
I think that we can all be really like clear that it's the same name, just like a few letters different. So I think we shouldn't be so upset about it. And if whatever you guys want to call me, I will respond to both. Ultimately, this boils down to this idea where this is a country of a lot of different cultures. And I think that we can be different parts of ourselves with different people. And I'm somebody who I feel really lucky that I grew up with two cultures. I grew up speaking 2 languages. Did I always do...
Ma'am, no, you didn't!
It's the ultimate stolen valor. Her commitment to the role of a Spanish woman is undeniable.
It's unreal. Like, in her head, I would love to know, like, even the fake timeline that she's
all that's in her
off
head is tapas and matadors. It's just like Spanish stuff all day. That's all she sees.
Be different parts of ourselves with different people. And I'm somebody who I feel really lucky that I grew up with 2 cultures. I grew up speaking 2 languages. You know, did I always do it well, you know, through your awkward years and, you know, trying to be more this or be more that? I've said some things about like, oh, she's a white girl. Yes, I am a white girl. Let's be very clear that Europe, you know, has a lot of white people in there, and my family is white. I'm, you know, ethnically, I am a mix of many things. Culturally, I grew up with the 2 cultures, so it's really as simple as that. And I just want.
That's very complicated, ma'am.
I need a fucking whiteboard and some red thread. What are you talking about simple?
The only simple thing here is that Spain is nowhere on your genealogy map.
Well, you have to listen to her fucking crazy. I mean, it's just insane the way that she weeds around it.
The semantics are insane.
Like, she's literally like, well, you know, this country is a mixture of many different cultures. What does it have to do with what we're talking about? She's like, oh, you know, there's a lot of white people in Europe. What is that? That has nothing to do with you.
That's the thing with pathological liars or just liars in general. They are so good at just bringing up more words and like going on weird little tangents
that confuse
are like
you.
Just related enough that you'll listen, but are not related at all that like it leads the conversation nowhere.
Yeah.
And I just can't relate because even when I know what I want to say, I don't know how to form the words. So the fact that she's able to fill like 5 minutes with bullshit and not get caught in a lie is kind of impressive.
Very clear. And you know, in the past, I would get very frustrated when reporters would report this or report that, or like, you know, and I'd try to be very clear. And they'd be like, oh, so you were born in Spain. And I was like, all right, let me give you a spoiler alert. You're the only one who knows. And I would be laughing because it was like, anytime I would say it, people just want to label you as something else. And I'm like, I'm born in Boston. It was literally the first thing that I told my husband. And yeah, I'm a different kind of Bostonian, but that's who I am. And
that's my favorite quote of the whole thing. You know, I'm a different kind of Bostonian.
Also, wasn't like her bio, didn't it say that she was born in Spain?
Her agency bio, yeah.
Like, she approved that.
We've already shown all the times where she talks about when she came to this country just by being born and raised here her entire fucking life. So she's
But now she's trying to spin it as like, oh, these press interviews I'm like, it wasn't even press. It was your agency.
And don't act like it's not complicated. When people ask me where I'm from Miami. My parents are Cuban. I'm 2nd generation Cuban. That's it. There's nothing else.
It's complicated for her because Spain is nowhere there. So she needs to somehow have it like just.
I cannot imagine carrying this weird ass lie around my whole life. Like, it's so bizarre.
That's why it's so insane because I don't remember when this video came out. If it's 1 year ago or 2 years. The fact that she addressed it all and then the reason it's coming up now is because she's like full blown, like thicker accent than ever. Like, what?
I know, she got so much worse.
And you kind of can't change your background, nor would I want to. I'm like really proud of who I am and all of my different experiences. And has it made me insecure as everybody over the years? Sure, yeah, I've had my insecurities, but I'm learning that, you know, what makes me unique is also of value to myself, and I can embrace it. And for all of those of you who are confused about where I'm from and why I speak 2 languages, I grew up speaking 2 languages.
Nobody cares about why you speak 2 languages. She says, for all of you confused of where I'm from and why I speak 2 languages, and starts going off on that.
Being bilingual is not the thing here.
Did you hear her? Oh my God. Listen to the rest.
And I can embrace it. And for all of those of you who are confused about where I'm from and why I speak 2 languages, I grew up speaking 2 languages. And again, my family lives in Spain. You know, as you get older, you kind of just embrace who you are. And you just...
Who are you? The girl whose parents live in Spain? What does that have to do with anything?
Did you know that her parents live in Mallorca?
Yeah, I think I heard that. They live abroad. It's just like, you're talking about embracing who you are. Who are you?
She's like, I know it could be confusing to some people. Yes, it's very confusing. Please.
She's like, for those of you,
less confusing.
that was my favorite pivot. Like, for those of you who want to know where I'm from and why I speak 2 languages, well, my parents live in Spain. Oh my God, it's so fucking insane. Insane.
I think that it's the parents live in Spain is her baseline. That it's like, if ever she panics and can't figure out what's next in the script, she's like, my parents live in Spain.
Yeah, and
she doesn't even say from Spain. She just says lives in Spain.
And just to recap, okay, you heard her. Now listen again to this.
Are these charges fair?
I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna say. You're not gonna ask me questions. I'm gonna tell you.
Got it.
Okay?
Oh my God.
I want you guys to realize that we have 7 kids, and you being
Guys, did you just? This is the
I'm
same
shocked
person.
she
This
didn't
is
say
after.
siete.
Yeah, this is after the video we just watched. I just want to clarify. This is a couple years after. So literally, she's just gotten worse.
I just like, how are you gonna just, are you kidding? Maybe she thinks she's untouchable though, because I mean, I'll admit that I stopped talking about Hilaria when all the Alec Baldwin stuff started happening, because I was like, not the time. But maybe now she thinks she's untouchable, that like people are so focused on that they're not gonna come for her.
Her shit is a pathological situation. It's not deeper than that. Like, she literally is just a pathological fucking lie. Yeah, she is Hilaria. It's her split personality. Seriously, it's so bizarre. This was a great, I'm just so happy we got to dive into this, because wow, what a journey.
I want to share something that will make you even happier, because I don't think you watched it last night. I texted it to you. It is a TikTok of a comedian imitating her, and it's my new favorite thing. And it's her like imitating this interview.
Stay away from the baby. Come here. Actually, come here. Come here. Ven aquí, if you want to hear me talk. I will talk to you, okay? You need to leave my family alone. We just go to the bagel shop, okay? We want to get 1 bagel. I have 7 Baldwinitos. We have to get 7 bagels. That's more than half a dozen. It's like you are outside or you are inside. We're trying to order our, how you say, creme queso. They ask me, they say, Mommy, why are they taking pictures while we eat our breakfasto? Leave my family in peace. We didn't have bagels in España, but we do have them in Boston. Eduardo, Romeo, Capatillo, get out of that man's camera. I do not want to say anything more, but you can subscribe to my podcasto.
Podcasto. I mean, it's spot on. She's so embarrassing.
Because it's racist.
Yeah, it's like a caricature of a Latino woman.
And I think that's what makes the Alec Baldwin part of it so funny, is because any interview you watch with him where he's talking about it, he gets so animated. And so it's like the fact that like maybe he doesn't realize that like she isn't actually like this is all fake, and that he's, oh my God.
I mean, they have 7 kids together. I would be in denial too. I'd be like, who is this crazy person? And the thing is too, if she had just said, hey, I have an accent because I grew up speaking Spanish, like my bad, I don't know what to do about that. That's fine. Like, but the fact that she couples it with blatantly lying about the time that she apparently didn't live in this country, when we know that's not true, is what makes it all disturbing.
She literally calls it her native language.
Yeah, it's insane. It's insane.
No, it's not.
Yeah. But anyway,
what's also funny is that she's from Boston, which has a very prominent accent.
Yeah, and she doesn't have the Boston accent at all.
Oh my God. Wait, do you have the high school photo?
Yep, I sure do.
Because this is what really was like I feel like nail in the coffin when everything came out, is someone was like, actually I went to high school with her. This is Hillary.
Hillary Hayward Thomas.
Look at her.
And just for funsies, here are her parents.
Oh my God. I'm like, you're going to tell me that man was speaking Spanish to you?
I mean, listen, everybody thinks I don't speak Spanish.
Yeah.
You can't just tell, but now that they're just white and have no cultural relation.
I'm dying to know, like, do we have any interviews with them?
I don't think so. No, not that people would have found that.
Oh, Hilaria.
That was hilarious. No, really, it was such like what a journey, honestly, and I love it. I couldn't love it more, actually.
I mean, today's whole episode, it's just people lying.
It was so good though, because like the audacity is
it's like
it's amazing.
It's people lying when it's so provably false. Like, why would you? Why would you do that?
Yeah, I think I've said this before on the show, but like I used to tell little white lies in like middle school or like elementary school where I would say things like I could play the piano or like things to like impress my friends. And then, you know, the time would come for me to prove myself and I couldn't. And I remember that like horrifying pit in my stomach when I realized that like I was caught or like
you have to admit it.
Yeah. And ever since then, like I genuinely am whatever the opposite of a fucking liar is. Like I have verbal diarrhea. I am constantly like the only way that I'll lie is if it's like for someone's to like protect someone's feelings or something. And I'll just be like, oh no, that's no big deal. Or like something when it is a big deal to me. That I guess I do lie about. But like lying like this, like the balls, the sheer cojones you have to do it.
Imagine. Like it's just like not even something that my brain can comprehend at all.
I know. But I'm excited to see.
It's because it's not just like lying and like maybe someone will find it. Like, no, people will definitely find out. Like with Mikayla, it was like anyone with eyes can see that those are falsies. And with Hilaria, it's like, what? No one in your family is from Spain.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. And I really can't wait to see how it plays out. Mikayla, last time she got into drama with the whole like, oh, nobody wants to work these days. That's Kim Kardashian. The whole like, oh, try being an influencer for a day meme that was like on TikTok. She disappeared for like 2 weeks. Really? As of right now, her sponsorship is still up. And, you know, people have gone to the L'Oreal TikTok. It's all over Twitter. Like people have been, 100%. So they had to have.
A lot of people are speculating, which we did too earlier. Was it a mistake that they approved it? Like, was someone just not paying attention? It was like, yeah, looks great.
I think so.
Or was someone like, ooh, looks great. No one will know. I don't think they would risk that. I feel like it was just like an oversight on L'Oreal's part and they're probably freaking out.
1,000%. And I think that too, like working with brands, risk is like, they're always looking out for themselves before influencers. So they wouldn't do this. I honestly think it was a mistake on L'Oreal's part approving it and then an intentional thing on Mikayla's part.
And like I said, I think it was not to be like, oh, L'Oreal's really going to love this. I think it was like a personal decision that it was like, like my makeup needs to look good and people are used to seeing me in fake lashes.
Yeah. But I don't know how she's going to come, how did with this.
She react you said she went away for 2 weeks and then did she say anything or did she come back and act
she did address it when she came back. She did kind of like a funny play on things when she was like saying, is it past 5 p.m. yet? Like she made like a nod to it and then like made it a little joke and type of thing. And then she said she wasn't going to leave and that she just needed a break or whatever. It was a very like, she didn't avoid it is what I'm saying. But this time, like this isn't an audio that like maybe you said and you didn't mean it or whatever the fuck. This is like, what are you going to do?
Well, that's my whole thing is like, I tweeted out, it was like, not only did you just like blatantly lie when everyone can see that you're lying. Like we know you have fake lashes on. Like look at the side by side. But then how are you gonna come back after you also like quadrupled down in the comments telling people not only that you are wearing them, but being like, look how good the mascara is. What?
That's what me and Lily were texting about last night, where it was like, if it wasn't for those double, tripling, quadrupling down comments to her fans, gaslighting them, she could have come back from it and been like, oh, I thought you guys would all notice, or like whatever the fuck.
You claim that it was just like lapse in judgment. And literally explained even how I said it. It was like, I always have fake lashes on and I just like wanted you guys to think like it is good mascara. I wanted it to look good, blah, blah. It would have been like not a good look, but it would have been something I think people would get over. But the fact you're going to be like, what are you talking about? Obviously my brand deal is working well, but I'm like, huh? Oh, what?
Yeah.
Are you kidding? That's the road you went down.
One thing's for sure, whether she just comes back and ignores it or whatever she does, we'll talk about it. We'll be here.
If she ignores it, then I feel like
there's no way. Impossible.
I don't.
Have you ever met TikTok? They don't let people forget shit.
First of all, it seems like she's on the Jaclyn Hill train of doesn't ignore anything. But then also, I'm like, you can't ignore that. Like, it's all of her comments.
No. Oh yeah. I'm checking really quick to see
if she has posted anything.
Yeah.
Does she use like Twitter and Instagram?
Not really.
It's mostly just TikTok.
Or maybe she does use Instagram. Let me see.
She's posted like a story. I doubt she's posted anything.
No story on Instagram, and there's only No, no story or recent posts on
Oh my God.
Instagram.
Okay, so everyone, I think leave below your predictions of how long she'll be silent and then how she's going to try and damage control this, because I literally am
I
like,
don't
what are
know.
you gonna do? I'm a fucking liar? Like,
I can't wait to see, because I'm literally like, I don't know what I would do. So let's see what happens. She has to get a PR firm or something.
I would have admitted defeat far before it got to this point, so I don't understand what you would get
The
to. Like,
second someone called me out, I would have been like, yeah, no, I thought you guys for sure would notice.
yeah, I'm such an asshole, blah, blah. Like, how is she gonna be like, yeah, I lied to you, and then I lied to you again, and then I called you all stupid, basically, to your face?
It's insane. And the TikTok right now has like 15 million views. So L'Oreal has to be shitting in their pantaloons. Yeah.
That's another thing, though. The fact that it's still up is insane. Like, why hasn't
Yeah.
L'Oreal made her take it down?
I know. I don't know. Oh, wrong. 17.1 million.
Oh my God. That's insane.
So crazy.
What are her,
we'll see how
what's, like,
that
her
plays
normal
out.
views?
The one before that was 4.7 million. So it's quite a jump for this controversy.
It's crazy to think that I feel like the beauty community has been so just kind of like silent, not really anything happening. And then we have like the Tarte trip and we have this, and there's just so much going on.
Yep. It's a eventful week for sure. I'm seeing if they tweeted anything, L'Oreal.
Yeah, like how are they not saying anything?
No, they literally haven't said shit.
Oh my God, because someone even tweeted me and they were like, she better be hoping that the FTC doesn't go after her and that she's just like small potatoes. And I'm like, 15 million followers is not small potatoes. Like, that's more than most brands have.
And also, it's like, do influencers get repercussions for these actions? I think they should. I mean, the rest of us have to fucking follow guidelines.
Yeah,
like,
no, that's I started to look it up when we were talking about it earlier, and then I kind of gave up. But I don't think the FTC goes as much after individual influencers as they do around brands that are having influencers bypass the guidelines.
Yeah.
Mostly because I don't think it's usually worth their time. But I'm sure there's exceptions to that. And I think Mikayla would be an exception because I'm sure she got paid so much money.
insane. We'll see how it plays out. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. There was a lot of interesting hills we went on. But yeah. Anything else you want to add, or we're done?
No, I think this fever dream is over.
Well, we love you guys, and we'll see you on Sunday.
Bye.
Bye.